The Iliad by Homer is one of the earliest pieces of literature to ever exist. And it tells the story of the Trojan War, which supposedly took place in the 13th century BC. It's an epic poem that was written around 8th century BC. It's almost 500 years after the fact. The main reason why we know about this war is because of the Iliad. We know about the Trojan Horse. We know about Achilles and Hector, all thanks to this epic poem. But was there really a Trojan War? Okay, not the actual Trojan Horse, of course. But the entrance to a tunnel that leads to a beach has been found underneath the walls of Troy. All we really know is that somewhere around 1300 BC, there was a big city on the coast of modern-day Turkey, and at some point, it was destroyed. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you all for watching. We do want to know if it was by a Greek invasion, or if it was invaded by some other group of people, or if it was destroyed by a natural disaster. What we do know is that the Greeks did invade Anatolia several times throughout history, and it's possible that the people of Greece embellished these stories over time until we got the Iliad. It's also possible that the entire story is fiction, and that the Iliad was just a creative story written by Homer. We simply don't have enough evidence to say for sure. This tunnel could have been used by the Greeks to sneak into the city undetected, similar to how it's described in the Iliad. So that part of the story may actually be true. But the thing is, we don't have any archaeological evidence of the Trojan Horse itself. It could have been destroyed, but it's odd that something so large and important wouldn't have left behind a single shard of pottery or a piece of wood. Did these events actually happen, or is it just a myth? Welcome to my channel. Today let's find out if the Trojan War was real or not. First things first, where does the story come from? Well, like I said, the Trojan War comes from Greek mythology, mainly Homer's Iliad. For the first 9 years, Greeks and the Trojans fought with no side being able to capture the city, or forcing the other side to surrender. Well, to answer that question, let's look at the evidence. Now, we don't have much to go on, but we do have a few things. First of all, there are a few archaeological sites that could possibly be. Troy. There is a site in Turkey that has shown evidence of a large city existing there during the Late Bronze Age. This city even seemed to have been destroyed around 1200 BC, which would fit the timeline of the supposed Trojan War. But this is the only archaeological evidence we have. However, in the 10th year, the Greeks devised a trick. They built a giant wooden horse and left it on the outskirts of the city of Troy. The Greeks then pretended to sail away, leaving the horse behind. The people of Troy, thinking that they had one, brought the horse into the city. However, that night, the Greek soldiers who had snuck into Troy while everyone was asleep opened the gates for the rest of the Greek army, and they took the city by surprise. This is how the war ended, and this is what we call the Trojan horse trick. According to the Iliad, the war began because of a beautiful woman named Helen. She was the wife of King Menelaus, but her and her lover, Paris, who was the prince of Troy, decided to elope together and escape to Troy. This caused King Menelaus to assemble an army and sail to Troy to get his wife back. This army consisted of many different Greek states, and some of the most famous Greek heroes of all time were in this army, such as Achilles, Ajax, Odysseus, and many more. Now, according to the Iliad, the war lasted for 10 years. But was any of this real? Were these events really what happened during the Bronze Age? But what about the Trojan Horse? Well, oddly enough, the Trojan Horse has also been found. So considering all of the evidence, what can we conclude? Well, it's difficult to say. What do you think? Was there a real Trojan War, or was it just a made-up story? Let me know in the comments below.